Assalamualaikum. We are from Group Talented List. For our presentation, first of all, I'm going to introduce myself and my team members, which is my name is Aina Syaza binti Rahimi. My metric numbers 2877 and 66, and my team members is Asyiqin binti Kahazidin. Metric number is 286738. The second one is Fara Aisha binti Ahmad Yusni. Her metric number is 286941. First, introduction of microcomputer. A microcomputer is a small-scale computer that can only be used by one person at a time. A microcomputer is currently more commonly referred to as a personal computer named as PC. Examples of the microcomputers are laptops and desktop, including calculators, mobile phones, laptops, workstation, and embedded system in addition to traditional PCs. Microcomputer have the function to read memory randomly, have inputs and output as well as cable system that has connections, and it is stored in a single unit known as the motherboard. Next, we go to the history of microcomputers. History of microcomputers have three parts, which is the earliest of microcomputers, current version of microcomputers, and future of microcomputers. And for earliest of microcomputers, first microcomputers created was the Micron. Micron and MCM70 created by the Microcomputer Telemetry System (MITS) and released in 1974. Next is current version of microcomputer, which is computer desk. Computer desk is within the microcomputer category, and it also known as stationary PCs, and computer desk also widely used by everyone nowadays. Next, the microcomputer currently used is the laptops. Laptops are portable microcomputers, and they have similar function to desktop computers for personal purpose or works. Next, the future of microcomputers, which is electronic spreadsheet and database management.
So, for the definition of microcomputers, by definition of website, a microcomputer is a small computer that has a central processing unit, the CPU, which consists of a microprocessor. It is inexpensive and widely used in many different common appliances. A printed circuit board is included, which holds the memory and input-output circuitry. For the definition by book, a microcomputer is equipped with a microprocessor. The microprocessor acts as a central processing unit for the microcomputer functions. However, it has a set amount of devices that can be connected to it. A microcomputer is the smallest computer out of all the category of computers. In definition by magazine, a microcomputer is defined as a technologically crafted computing system. It is made from materials such as silicon wafers, or more likely to be called chips. A microcomputer is always fitted with a memory and input-output connections, which are connected to a central circuit board which acts as a central processing unit. Many devices such as mouse, keyboard, printers, and speakers can be connected with the microcomputer this way. In conclusion, most definition of a microcomputer is similar. It is typically defined as a microprocessor with a central processing unit, which has memory and an input-output connections for peripherals to be able to communicate with the computer.
Microcomputers came out with a lot of good effects on communication system. The internet was being used to communicate with others as it is the fastest and efficient way. The communication can happen between friends, family, and colleagues as they are using messaging or email. As for education purpose, the microcomputer are the most suitable compared to others because it is flexible to students, a wide range of users, the features that are provided in the microcomputer, and not to mention, it is also suitable to carry anywhere due to the size and the weight. The memory and processors that provided in the computer meet the user's demands. The maintenance. When it comes to the maintenance, we should not be worried as the cost to repair a microcomputer is cheap and easy. There's a lot of business that offers to repair the microcomputer at a cheap price. We also can search on website for article to repair on our own. Let's say if there's a tiny place in your microcomputer that is broken and unusable, we can buy the hardware or spare parts in computer store. For the software, we can search the troubleshoots in the microcomputer by scanning it. First disadvantages of microcomputers are performance. Compared to mini computer, microcomputers' performance is very slow in speed as it uses single microprocessors for CPU. Besides, microcomputer was built to fulfill the purpose in education and entertainment. The burden of works for microcomputer can be considered disadvantageous for it. Next, the durability of the microcomputer. Most of the microcomputer was built from plastic, and if we buy the pricey one, the material that being used is an iron. This material is not waterproof and fire resistant. Sometimes there is a case that is reported by the user that their computer burns and explodes due to overheating. The amount of work should be considered when it comes to microcomputers. A microcomputer's battery has a limited lifespan. As soon as the power is cut off, you can only use the device for a short period of time until it shuts down. If you finish your work after the power has been switched off and do not save it, your laptop will turn off once its battery backup has run off, erasing all of your work in the process. We have CPU or Central Processing Unit. It is a major component of microcomputer. Each computer must and needs to have a CPU to ensure that it can work perfectly fine. The functions of CPU is to restore and save the data and instruction from memory. Next, the memory. The memory have two types, which is RAM, random access memory, and ROM, read-only memory. Memory is very important as it helps to keep the data and information to run the task. Next, the input. We have the keyboard, mouse, and a scanner. It's a device that sends the data into computer. Next, the output. It refers to the result of production such as monitor, speaker, or the printer. Lastly, clock generator. Computers need clock generator to control the memory card and the CPU. To manage the speed and functionality of the device, computer often reset the clock generator. We have system software. It helps to manage the fundamental operations of the computer in the process without requiring direct user interaction. For example, operating system and database management system. Next, we have data, the only symbol of facts, thoughts, information, or instruction that a microcomputer process or store. The data is needed to run a task and make a decision. Lastly, we have application software, a set of microcomputer that carry out a particular task for a user, run the task on their own without using other application data or information. Communication components, we have TCP or IP, Transmission Control Protocol (TCP), and Internet Protocol (IP) are the name of the language that computers are using. These two protocols define how computers and other devices connect to the internet and how they can transfer the data and information among them. Next, we have local area network, LAN, LAN. A LAN can be tiny or big. They can be used at home with their family or used at university. Next, WAN or wide area network. The term wide area network refers to a large information network that is not tied to a particular location. This device all over the world may find it simpler to interact, share the data, and perform a variety of other tasks through one provider. We have Internet. The Internet, or we know as the net, is the popular system that allows the user to use any computer to obtain information from others. It needs a permission or a key to use it, but it gives a lot of benefits to us as it allows the user to directly talk to others even if they live on foreign lands.
There are 5 usages for microcomputers. First, it can be used for personal reasons. Microcomputers are relatively low cost and inexpensive. It is no surprise that it is being used in common practice by everyone in the world. As such, typical devices that have microcomputers in them that are used for personal reasons are desktops. It serves many different purposes such as to play video games, create digital art, and connecting with others via the internet. For business in usage, the use of microcomputers make every single paperwork in the office neat and tidy. Microcomputers plays an extremely vital role in the business field that has helped reduce workload and time consumption in the office. Most notable uses of them are the software used for graphic design, document editing, database management, and more. Examples of the program used are Adobe Photoshop, Microsoft Word, and Microsoft Excel. For usage of microcomputers in medical field, they are mostly used for time documentation for appointments and meetings, and also in the record keeping of patients and their information. Because of the ease to gain and access microcomputers these days, more advances are made by day from the medical researchers that can make processes in the medical field run more smoothly. For the usage of mobile devices, they are more referred to as smartphones or laptops nowadays. The modern mobile devices have many similar functionalities to a computer. It means that people can do most of the work that in the past can only be done on desktops on a small compact device. A person can go throughout their life with only a mobile device and still be able to do most of the work that can be given to them from school or work. For the usages of microcontrollers, a microcontroller is a type of microcomputer used to handle a task specified to it. It consists of the typical components of a microcomputer, such as a processor, memory, and input-output. Microcontrollers are available in many appliances and electrical equipment such as washing machines, robots, and even medical devices.
Next is timeline of microcomputers. As you guys can see, this is a timeline of microcomputers since 1973 until 2002.
For the top 10 microcomputers, it is divided into the desktop and laptop categories. In the desktop category, in first place is the Dell XPS Desktop Special Edition. Second place is Apple iMac with M1. Third place is M1 Mac Mini. It is then followed by the Dell New XPS Desktop, the Asus Expert Center, the HP Envy 34 all-in-one PC, Apple iMac with Retina 5K display from the year 2020, the HP Pavilion all-in-one, the Acer Chromebox, and the Dell Inspiron 27 7000 all-in-one. For the laptops, in first place is Dell XPS 13 OLED. In second place is Apple MacBook Pro 13-inch M1. For third place is Asus Swift 3, made from the year late 2021. Followed by Apple MacBook Air M1 2020, Dell XPS 13 2-in-1, Acer Chromebook Spin 713 from the year 2021, Asus ZenBook 13 UX 325 OLED, HP Envy 13 2021, Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio, and lastly, Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Yoga Gen 6.
Conclusion for this study is microcomputer play an important role in our life. Without the assistance of this computer, the world will be more difficult. The citizens own their own microcomputers and use them as the information system for their studies, works, and others. This machine is a lifesaver for all of us. Therefore, this microcomputer was created for personal use only, such as chatting with friends, editing the pictures, and playing the games. But there is also the bad sides of this microcomputer that we cannot hide. Therefore, we really hope that this microcomputer will be upgraded and do some research to improve the state of this microcomputer to become more excellent in the future.